Non. Spelling is important. I know not on the internet, but if somebody's going to read your post, it kind of is. None of my friends believe that vinyl sounds better than Spotify. Or are they paying for premium? They do have lossless. Checkmate, bro. Besides, they don't have to lug all this around. I love vinyl, by the way. And holy that's the thing we saw in the thrift store. Dude, this thing, that's the receiver we saw in the thrift store. With the wood paneling on the side. And those things. Oh, God, I got to open up this new tab. Hold up. This is it. This is the thing. Yeah, with those switches that literally go chunk when you turn them on. They have that beefy just like you're turning on like the containment grid in Ghostbusters. It's like dude, this is the one we saw. Exactly. Should have bought it. They wanted like $40. We do not have a lot of money. Okay, so we left it there. Of course, it's gone. And it's sad because it was immaculate. It was literally immaculate. It looked like it just came out of the box. But back then, if you had equipment like this, you took care of it. Yeah, not like now where you have like, ear pods and you lose them like every 15 minutes. Where are my ear pods? It's only a $300 earbuds. I don't know where they are. All right, what is it? Paul Simon's Graceland. That album actually is produced well. It's not my favorite album. Somebody else can call him Al. But it is a well-produced album, sound-wise. Assuming I get over this tinnitus crap. Let's see. I have one similar to that. Nice. Probably sounds awesome. We have, I forget the brand name. All of our sound equipment it's hand-me-downs, right? Like, your parents moved, and they didn't want to take the speakers they had, but they were decent speakers for back then. So they moved in like the 90s. So these were decent speakers from the 90s that we still have, Same thing with the tuner or whatever you call it. Pretty much they got to a point where they were like really into sound equipment, and thankfully we inherited all of it, frankly. Because they moved on to iPods and cell phones, and they're like, yeah, whatever, my hearing sucks now anyway, it doesn't matter. I'm like, yeah, that's going to happen to me too. By the time I get to the stuff I want to listen to, my hearing's going to be shot. Shag rug rake. Here's the thing. Don't put anything in a house that requires lawn equipment to clean, okay? Rule number 1. Yes. Welcome, my brethren. And nobody should be... Dude, this thing must have gotten stuck in there like you wouldn't believe. Like, they're just raking it, and they're like, all right, it's like knotted hair, but it's your rug. God forbid you have a pet too. Has anybody, like, if you're older or your parents are older, did anybody know somebody who had one of these rugs? Like, as a kid, it must have been cool because you probably felt like you were kind of crawling through the jungle floor, Like, dude, you got the high brush and you're just like, oh my God, dude. You have your little G.I. Joe figures. You're like, dude, Cobra's right around the corner, man. Look out, dude. And then you get that I don't know, whatever Jeep they had. I don't know what the hell it was called. And it's just, we'll just cut through this deep brush. That's where it comes in useful, but bad for asthma. Yeah, because somebody grew up with a bunch of cats and rugs in every freaking room. This guy didn't know that asthma was a thing until he was like 14. I'm not even joking about that. He just thought everybody breathed terribly. That was your thing. You didn't even know. You just wake up in the morning, you're like, ugh. And you're like, okay, I guess this is normal. Never mentioned it to anybody because you just figured it's one of those things when you're a kid and you're stupid that you don't realize. Like, if you have a limp, you just assume everybody kind of walks that way. You can't breathe, you figure everyone breathes that way. Before you get glasses, before you get a prescription pair of glasses, you just assume everybody saw the world as blurry as you did. So you get glasses. And then you're like, fuck, I've been missing out. Yeah. So it's one of those things where it's just like, oh yeah, so wow, just we got rid of the rugs and moved, and apparently you could breathe. Hasn't had an asthma issue since. Yeah, so growing up in a house with wall-to-wall rugs in a very small apartment with about no less than 17 cats at a time kind of weighs down on your lungs. Yeah. Who knew? Kids in school wondering why you sounded like Darth Vader after he got clocked upside the head. This car is cool, dude. Little Philly's dugout car? What, the guy couldn't walk out on field? Dude, what the hell is this? This is like the person that was living in the shag rug. And when she was like raking it up, this is what she found. Some weird unkempt child with a tiny green monkey. Honey, I cleaned the shag rug with the rake. And, well, I found something. Oh, yeah, honey, what did you find? Is this yours? I've never seen that child before in my life. The monkey looks vaguely familiar, though. Pippi Longstocking. Bro, get a brush. Look at that. Math for the real world. And still people can't do it. What the hell is this? Looking for an old toy, please help. What is this? Anybody know what this is? Here's the thing. I'm wondering, does anybody on Reddit have Google Lens? You know, you can take a picture at Google Lens. You can reverse image search. You don't even got to get that complex. I'm looking for these bizarre animated commercials that were aired on a... I don't care. Bum, 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 bum. Halloween Masks by Don Post. Don Post was pretty, you know, famous for their work there. Not that cursed thing. Oh, I'm in a diner now? Oh, no, I want to go back. There we go. I want to spend some time in a crypt. Okay? You know, it's only fitting. Yeah. No, I'll put the costume on so I can get, you know, hate comments on YouTube later. Yeah. Why is he wearing a dress now? I don't understand. I'm confused. Whatever. Let's see. Silver Shamrock. Oh, God. Remember these things. The shaker weight chat. That was not the best choice to have a bunch of people hanging out in the gym, getting sweaty, going like this the whole time. You know? Kind of... And sometimes they would two-fist it, which would look a little weird. It gets very tiring on the hands. Yeah, somebody's going to Photoshop something. Don't do it. I'm trusting you, Internet. Hey, it's Mr. Bean. This episode, I like Mr. Bean. But in reality, he's a jerk. He's a jerk of a character. Do you know how many weird, crazy things he did that was just obnoxious and rude? He's a jerk. He's actually a jerk character. But everybody loves him because they're like, yeah, I'd like to screw these people over. I don't know. Yeah, I just want to do what I want. There were just some episodes he was just like, yo, you were surprised he didn't get the crap kicked out of him. What the hell is this? Big Head Mode and Turok and GoldenEye for Nintendo 64. Oh God, Big Head Mode. That was... Big Head Mode was like the weird... What was that thing where they'd have the giant eyes in Photoshop where they would kind of make it... there was a term for it. Where they would make the eyes look like they're really, really big. They did it a lot in the Black Hole Sun video by Soundgarden. I forget what the term is. But Big Head Mode was like the equivalent of that for games. I don't even know why. Walk for Life. Well, that sounds like a punishment.